Hello learners. In this video, we are going to learn about how to plan for a blended learning with the lesson plan. To be truthful, a blended learning lesson plan does not differ much from the traditional lesson plan structure. In this week, we have added 3 different formats of a blended classroom lesson plan in the reading item. Kindly download it and kindly prepare the lesson plan for your classroom as per the blended approach. Share with us in the assignment. The key is to be sure to lay out the time and the procedure of the online and the offline learning experience. With that in mind, let's take a look into how we can prepare a lesson plan for a sustainable development course that looks like in a blended learning setting. Lesson name and topic: Sustainable Development Goals. In NITTER Chennai, we offer a course on sustainable development, where we will be discussing in detail about the sustainable development goals, how the goals are evolved and what all the indicators, how each country is striving hard to meet the goals and the targets. We also discuss how the sustainable development goals evolved from the MDG, Millennium Development Goal. So first, we have to mention in the lesson plan what is the lesson name or the topic to be covered in the classroom. Lesson plan is for one contact hour of our session. It is a blueprint of our complete instruction. After writing the title, let's discuss about the overview. Actually, in this course, that is in the Sustainable Development Goals, whatever the overview for that lesson plan is, the student will learn about the different sustainable development goals and the importance of each goal with the significance for establishing such goals. Why the 17 goals should be there? Why not 16? Why from 8 it has become 17? All those aspects students will be discussing. Students will be learning. What are the objectives of the class? The students will be able to accurately define what you mean by sustainable development and sustainability. The students will be able to explain each goal with its indicators. The student will be able to identify where they stand in the achievement of sustainable development goal with respect to the global context. Once you are aware of the objective, you should be in the position to know what all the materials are required for that particular class or for the lesson. I need to have access to a smart board or a whiteboard. Digital learning device, I need to have access to the digital learning device. Online activities in terms of providing a diagnostic or formative, I can use any such activities, either Google Form or I can use Plickers, which we have discussed in this class. Then group work areas, what are the group works which we are going to plan, how many people need to be there in the group work, because too many people in a single group sometimes will reduce the morale of the group. So its optimum is 3 to 5 members in a group. Online discussion board and how to promote the online discussion board, incentives to the students who are participating in the online discussion board and who are providing a discussion related to the content, not to the person. And finally, some entry slips which you need to provide so that which could be used in the classroom during the online session for discussion. What are the anticipatory set? We have to ask the students to write down the environmental issues faced by the students in their region on a paper. Have the students in a group or individually write down how it could be tackled or solved. Once the students have completed their entry slips, ask the students to share their learning problems and share their pictures on a smart board or a whiteboard or a Padlet or any discussion forum. Discuss the differences, having students describe the physical feelings of, because the students need to discuss the difference and all the students are not going to work on the same goal. The students will be working in a groups on a different goals, and with respect to the region, how it works, what is their feeling and related to the number, which approximately takes 5 to 10 minutes. Following by the discussion, we have to have an instruction by either online or offline. Following the anticipatory activity, the classroom will go over the objectives and goal of the day. and the upcoming activities that will be completed to meet the set goals and the objective. As I mentioned earlier, the blended classroom provides a potential tool for the individual practice. Individual attention is possible. Even though individual instruction is not possible for the differentiated group, making such thing possible is a powerfulness of the blended learning. Making the connection between what they learned about the environmental issue, what is the global commitment we made in the sustainable development goal. The students will transition to an interactive online lesson and explaining the role in terms of positive and negative impacts and how it could be identified appropriately. The students will be expressing their views on online. Either they can reveal with identity. In the beginning, where we did some studies where we used the students to anonymously write in the Padlet so that to get away from their shyness and to make them participative in the discussion forum. Those who wished early receive additional enrichment in the form of a practice and where they will be playing some games related to sustainable. The students who need additional reinforcement will receive extra help via the online lesson, because online lesson is already uploaded. They can listen to it, they can view it, and they can anticipate how it could be done. Additionally, the teacher will walk around assisting students with any questions and comments, which approximately takes 20 to 30 minutes for a class of 1 hour. Then comes the group learning. Following a completion of the activities of our 4 or 5, as a group, the students will brainstorm with other real world issues of what they face. Because they are working on a individualized, then we are making them into a group, let them work in a group, and the group work will focus more on discussion and deliberation. As the students begin the group session, the teacher will help scaffold a connection with the basic concepts or with the fundamentals of sustainable development and what its value and how it could be used appropriately. The group will then designate one student to type their collective 2 or 3 5-sentence description of the real world example and post on the class online discussion board, which will take 15 minutes approximately. Then comes the exit slip or a homework. Near the end of the class, the students will assign the task of reviewing their fellow classmate discussion posts and to comment on 2 posts they like the most as an evening homework. In their comments, the student must explain why they like the chosen example and how that example may be important to a future professional. To help model this assignment, the teacher will take a look at one of the posts with the rest of the classroom and create an example comment. This will help the students understand the process as well as provide a reference example for the students to look at what they are completing a task, which takes approximately 5 to 10 minutes. As you all know, the lesson plan is simply the framework of instruction. The true essence and the content of a lesson in the blended learning or not is derived only from the ability of the educator or the learner, and to take what is written in the lesson plan and bring it to life, it all ultimately depends on the teacher or faculty member. That's where you and your blended learning model come in. It is also important to be aware that this lesson plan is only a simple example. The beauty of blended learning is that the mix of online and offline learning resources create a large amount of flexibility within your lesson structure. I hope to see your lesson plan in the form of assignment which is provided in this week. Happy learning.